Oh my gosh, I would love for you to introduce me everywhere I go. It's exciting. You're getting me very hyped. Yeah. Well, my dad too. Yeah, I don't talk about it much, but I mean, I'm not against talking about it. Oh, he was so mad I was born a girl. Ooh, sure. Sure. Mhm. Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. No wonder you wanted to talk about it. Right. I can. Yes, yes. Wow. You must have been off for 5 minutes. I'll just tell you, like, for real, I always start at the top and I, like, work my way down, and as soon as I saw that picture, automatically I thought, like, no girl can be in a relationship with he's body focused. Um he's trying to show the world something, an asset that he has, and he's he's putting it in the very, very front, top pinnacle spot. Oh my gosh. Well, it's funny because like it's all principles. And that's what I like about you. You always get to the core of it. You see it like it's almost like everyone else has these layers of their own childhood, their own trauma, their own all the stuff. And then you've like gone, this is, your little x-ray eyes. And that's what I do too. It's not about that particular man. It's about what I'm seeing when I very first open his profile. I agree with you. And here's the thing too that I would say, because I'm always guarding against saying I'm never going to date someone good looking again or whatever. I do believe that there's a couple of different types when it comes to good looking guys. There's the ones who were chubby when they were little and they're a little bit more humble and they actually came into it and they're really thankful for it, rather than the ones that grew up with it. Everyone's kissed their butt their whole life, and you're going to get more of that prima donna spirit in there.
Oh my God. Hold on. Ah, Carmen, I have to do this all over again.
Okay.
My mic was off.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm so glad I saw it early.
Yeah,
Oh,
me
that was so good too.
it's okay. Whatever happens, it's for a reason.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, hold on. Let's do it all over again. All right, hold on. Let me stop this and then do it again. All right. Okay. All right.
Oops, I was trying to pull up his on Twitter and it.
Yeah, yeah, no problem. I haven't.
There
Yeah.
it is. I got it.
Okay, cool. All right, here we go. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's up, taters? This is Tree from Just Tree 411, and I'm here with my girl Carmen. What's up, girl? By the way, this is our second take.
I just want to roll around in all of that hype. It feels good. It feels good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, listen, we have a very special video for you all today. I just want to share a video where, especially the women can learn from other people's mistakes. And because Carmen and I have experience, all right, I think it's up for women who have experience to teach other women, especially the younger ones. So we're going to talk about the Dantes and Laura breakup. We really don't know much about them, but we're just going to go by face value, even though as we speak right now, more lore is being dropped on Twitter. We're really not interested in the extra drama. We really want to just break down the red flags that this young lady has ignored. Now, I think she ignored it because, of course, low self-esteem. What else do you think why she ignored it?
Well, a lot of times they're trying to fix things that have happened in their past.
Mm-hmm.
So if they had an abusive father or someone who didn't neglected them, they'll find a man that will neglect them.
Yeah.
You know, and because they're trying to fix it.
Mm-hmm. Yes. 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 And then the thing about it is also is that I got some video footage. Spoiler alert. She says, "Well, I don't know if he asks me, I may come back and this thing." So like,
Oh
yeah,
no.
yeah. Spoiler alert. I was gonna say that one, but it's might as well go ahead and leave it out on the table because this is what I'm saying. Like when you don't love yourself and you love someone more than you love yourself, you will be miserable. And she's boo-hooing. We're gonna show that. And this is what happens, lady. This is what happens when you make men the prize.
Right.
When you put them in the center of your life and you make them your identity and you make them your world. Come on now. You do that with your children, but not with your daggone man, okay? Come on. And oh, let's get into it. Because
I love that we're like both sides of the spectrum because you are definitely more open-minded and like you definitely have had different life experiences than I have, and I'm more on the conservative side. But it's also something that's never affected us. Like
right.
we respect each other. We don't want to tell each other what to do.
Right.
And I think it's good because people are a spectrum no matter what.
Yes.
No matter what it is that you're talking about. Like it gives a lot more people the ability to see the range, the spectrum.
I am learning to understand that. It's a little challenge for me, but I'm learning to understand that there is a spectrum.
100%.
Yeah, it's a challenge, but this is why you're in my life. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's go to this tweet because, like I said, and by the way, the tweet has gone uber viral. He uploaded this on June the 19th, and as we speak right now, it has 78.3 million views.
It's insane.
Oh my God. And the reason why, and he's a Twitch streamer, yeah. He's not really in my my circles, but because it went into the pro woman circles, that's how I saw it.
Right.
So
right.
I'm going to read it and I'm going to stop and give input and then get your input and we'll go back and forth because
I have a question though. Why do you think it got that viral? Because I thought you were going to say like, I don't know, a tenth of that.
What?
It
should no because I think once you get into a 1 million or so, you are in a viral. What? Yeah, that's a good question. Okay. I believe it got this viral because of it, and I could be wrong, right? I think it's gotten this viral because he is someone very popular in League of Legends on Twitch. He's very pretty, honey, okay? And I think people like to see, even though he doesn't display that he's in distress, I think that this could mean that people want to see like, oh, this is a person who broke up. Oh, I know he's suffering, but he's not. He's basking in the glory of all this. I could be wrong though. I'm probably totally off. I'm interested in hearing why you think it's gone viral. Super, uber viral like this. This is crazy.
Right. I literally I know nothing about him. I've never even seen the girl, so I'm kind of going into it blind. But if he's as attractive as you think, and he's also doing the League of Legends thing, that's a lot of people that like to share online. And I also think that probably a lot of girls are like, he's available.
Oh God, they don't want this man.
I know, that's what we're here for. And it's not that they don't want him, it's that they don't want the childish him. That, if he grows up, then it's different.
I think he's like this for life because he doesn't take any accountability. God, there's so much I can say about this, but he's going to be this way for a long, long time. But also, and of course, I'm going to say this as an Amazonian woman. He's short, Carmen. He's short and tiny. And I'm like, boy, really? I think He has to be 5'3", 5'4". I'm not making this up. Yeah. And the reason I said this is because when I went to his stream the day that he posted this and went viral, because he was going to go ahead and address the matter. He gets there, he's sitting down, and like I said, he's in actor mode. I am going to explain this once and for all. And he stands up, and you can still see most of his body in the frame of the. I said, holy smokes, honey, if I stand up, you're going to only see my thighs on down, okay? That's just, there's no way I can stand up and you can get my entire body. So, yeah, but he pretty and he love to take care of himself and this, that, and the other. So anyway, that's you're right. The League of Legends and the fact that, this is a oversharing, not only a community, but a generation is just something else. Okay, so let's go back to
yeah, that's true too.
To the tweet here. Okay, all right. So here we go. So can you see it, Carmen?
Yes, I have it on my phone too, just in case you put it down.
Okay, great. So Laura and I broke up. While I could sit here and try for hours to explain the reason why, it all comes down to one simple truth. I'm not ready for a relationship. So let's break that down so far, okay? So he says he's not ready for a relationship, but he always knew that he was not ready for a relationship. I think he considers women something to do, like you get a pet, you feel a little lonely, but you like cats, you want to take, you want to feed the cat, but when you're doing something, you want the cat to be sleeping somewhere and not bothering you, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. When you want to pet the cat, or shall I say when the cat wants you to pet it, or her, then they'll come around you. It's like, I think women are an accessory to him, not something where it's a unity, or where you have a partnership.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Well, it's interesting because whenever I'm looking at anything, and I do this for a living, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I always start in order, like the order that they speak, or in order. So like I looked at the top of his profile, and you see his back, and he's got his shirt completely off, and that's what he's leading with. This is the pinnacle of him. This is the icon that's going to represent him. And so I just that to me would be a huge red flag. If I'm young and I'm interested in a serious relationship with a mature man, that would scream boy to me.
You know what? Let's look at that, because I saw something too, and I want to share with you what I saw. So look at here, okay?
Oh wow!
Okay.
That screams another thing.
So this is This is the vampire. I think. Oh God, is this Lestat? Either this is Lestat. This is I want to say this is Lestat. Anyway, I think. I could be mixing up their vampires, because I'm into vampires, right? Vampires are bisexual, okay? Because they've been living for centuries, and just having intercourse with just one gender gets boring, right? And so they have a brotherhood where they love each other all the way around. So when I saw this, I'm like, why would you choose a vampire turning a human being into another vampire? That's a very, very interesting take. And like you said, when you look at his profile picture, honey, all right? I mean, right there is, and when you look at it, he looks huge. He looks huge in this picture, but he's not. So it's like, yeah.
And the vampire is like a guy on guy. It's not.
Right. It is a guy on guy. So it makes me think like, dude, he's like, I guess you could say out in plain sight, but it is what it is. But good eye. You're right. When you start showing your body and plus the fact that he would turn I don't mean to get metaphysical, but the fact that, he would show his back, You know, he's turning his back on you. You're gonna always see the back of him. All right, because he's not looking towards you. He's not bringing himself towards you, embracing you. You will see him leave you. That's why you will always see his back.
That's a power protection move if I've ever seen one, right?
Yes.
You're right. And those are the things, like everything corresponds all the time, no matter what words come out of somebody's mouth, it always corresponds. And that's why this isn't about him. It's about what we're reading between the lines.
Right. Right.
Which is what I love about you. You're very good at that.
Yeah, you are too. I mean, like I said, I've seen you do it. So I was like, see me and her, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. We on that level. So that's what I say. But it's also an illusion because, like I said, in the picture, he looks huge. When you look at the back of his picture, because also in order to see those muscles, you have to flex. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to show you some cringy flexing pictures of him. He doesn't look like that in person, though. When you look at his actual live stream, you're like, well, where's the muscular guy I saw in the daggone profile picture? Like, what is this? Who's this? You know? So it's a false advertisement, but you know. But it is what it is. All right, so let's go back in.
But see, that says something too. That's poser, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Right. Okay.
And he's posing.
Yeah. Yeah, he is definitely posing. Okay, so here we go. From the get-go, I told her that my career would be my first priority. So he already told her right up front.
He's blaming her.
Yes. He's like, I told you I was all about my career. I told you that's going to be my first priority. You just still got in a relationship with me. It's not my fault. Hold on, Deborah. You do understand that he's talking as if he's saving her. Like I told her it was all about me. It was all about my relationship. I mean, my business, my league. And I told her, hey, you're going to get in a relationship with me. You should know that I come first and so does my business. And you will come somewhere third, fourth, fifth. Okay. If you still get in a relationship with me, it's not my fault.
Right. Well, and it's interesting too, because actually subconsciously he is doing that, like literally. He's not just breaking up. He is partially protecting her because he also knows himself and he's kind of over it already. Like,
yes,
it served its purpose. Now, this is the thing though, and I want girls to pay attention to this. If he discards you, and he does it like that, when he brings you back, you're the teddy bear.
Explain that. That.
You and I already talked about this on the first take when you were saying that he looks at him like an accessory.
Yes.
But I think what happens, especially, I have no idea where he is on the narcissistic spectrum. Mm-hmm. We all have it, right?
Right.
There's that spectrum again. And so if he's high on that spectrum, there will be a piece of him that misses his teddy bear. So he will pull back the teddy bear for his convenience, like you were saying. But it will be completely like, you're an absolute idiot if you're gonna, you know what I mean? Let me put you on my shelf.
So true. And like I said, like on the first take, I like spoiler alert. She said that she doesn't know, but if he asks her to come back, she probably will. And on his live stream, he says, like, we have even though we're broken up, we're still talking because we're still figuring it out. And I'm like, what you mean you're still figuring it out? You made a decision. So he's dangling her like, I know I broke up with you, but you hang around this. You could come back. I might let you come back and everything like that. Unbelievable.
Well, and it's interesting too, because like I said, I like to go in order. And where he says, while I could sit here and try for hours to explain the reason why, it all comes down to a single truth. When he says it would take hours to explain, that literally is him saying, I don't know why I'm doing this.
But you think he doesn't know? I think he knows.
of all, don't think he cares.
Oh, absolutely, he doesn't care. Absolutely, he doesn't care.
That's him telling you. So no matter how damaged someone is, and in the narcissistic, spectrum, the higher that goes, the less they care. But they're still confused by themselves,
right?
And they don't know why. They're just going to say, "I could sit here for hours. You're too stupid to understand what I'm saying." But really, what he's saying is, I'm too stupid to figure out what's wrong with me. Something's wrong with me, but I don't even know something's wrong with me. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
It gets that crazy. And then it all comes down to one simple truth. And this is where he literally is saying, I am not ready for a relationship.
Right.
But he's saying it in the present as if he had already made that disclaimer earlier.
Right. Right.
And a lot of times they do, and the girl's not
listening. Yeah. I think, hear me out on this one. When a man like him, who is very well known, very popular, money, okay, he a little tiny, but he's attractive, right? So he got to get his tiny little girlfriend, which he has, or had, and she wants him more than life itself. She would die for him. So therefore, he can boldly say, you know what? I'm not really good with relationships. I'm not really set on giving you the quality time you're looking for. I'm all about my business. I'm all about league. I'm all about, my streaming. And if you can fit in there somewhere, you can, but I'm just letting you know straight up, that's how it's going to be. It's the same as I've seen men tell women, I got a wife.
Yeah.
I got a wife.
Yep.
All right. Now, I love my wife. I'm not going to leave my wife. But if you want to, and the woman sign up for that.
Absolutely, they do. Every day, all day long. And there's people who would prefer to be the mistress.
Yes. Yeah.
It's really telling about how guarded and afraid a girl is opposed to a woman.
Right.
And this is, they haven't gotten their queen card, as they say.
Right.
And when you have it.
True, you do. Okay, so let's read the rest of this. All right. Okay, so we said from the get-go, I told her that my career would be my first priority. Okay, here's the part that's funny to me. She always did everything she could to accommodate that fact. Whether it be bringing me food, supporting me after a bad day, encouraging me when I was down, or just being an ear that could listen to all my problems. Lord have mercy.
I think that's why it went viral.
Oh, you think this was the one?
I think that's the passage, just my own opinion. Because I think that's the part that's so obnoxious.
Yeah.
It's absolutely obnoxious. Like, okay, I didn't want to get in this relationship. I told her I was like, my mistress is work always, and that she's never going to be able to, and that I need a lot of support. And she gave me all of the support, and I still broke up with her.
Yeah, she was everything that any man would want. And you know what? I couldn't be bothered. Okay.
It is the ultimate in going like this. She's just this little tiny little. It's so inconsequential.
I think, and I've always said this.
She's a miniature teddy bear.
Yeah, she's a real miniature teddy bear. When a woman put a man that high on a pedestal, okay, honey, please. All right. You are beneath him. You are replaceable. That's the thing, right? Here saying you are treating him like a mother. And I always say if you're going to act like a golden retriever, you know what I'm saying? All right. Okay. Why should he focus on you and you only? Men like to chase, and this man here want to be chased, and he is. Okay. But once he gets bored, he's on to the next one, I did one research on him. He's never had a relationship more than 8 months.
Well, there's a clue. That's a big one. I always tell girls, you got to date at least 4 months, because most narcissists can't hold it longer than that.
Right.
That's where all the problems. They can pose for a while, but they get tired of it. They really do.
Yeah.
Also, I think it's interesting that he flips back and forth between it's a broken up thing, like we broke up, like that would be in the past, and then he speaks in the present. He'll say stuff like seeing her take steps.
Right.
It is kind of an interesting.
Oh, you talking about when you get down here? Oh yeah,
Yeah, seeing her take steps. That's present. He didn't say I saw her take steps and I still didn't want it.
So she was in all. Excuse me. She was in all ways possible. Everything I ever wanted. I don't think so. That's a cope. The problem is, however, the relationships are about compromise, which he's not willing to do because he said so. You're contradicting yourself. You said, I told her that my career would be my first priority. So how is that a compromise? He's just sniffing his own farts. Seeing her taking steps back in her own life and career in order to support me. Girl, I'm so sorry. Every time I see this, I just hear pick me.
He's delusional too, and most people are, because most relationships are broken before they begin. And it's because of verbiage like this, where he literally says all relationships are a compromise. Where in the world did we learn that? Like, to me, it's like, okay, it's either your way or my way. Well, why? Why isn't there a way that we can have it win-win? Have you not ever done business and have it win-win for both people?
Right.
It's the same thing.
When it comes to relationship, I think he's always in the winner's seat. He has the most leverage. And she, on the other hand, the women that are in his life, I think he never picks a woman that has the most leverage than him, that can easily walk away, that will not stop her world to worship him and not put him in the center, of everything. He always get the women who will put him on a pedestal, who will, cook, clean, do everything for him. And then when he gets bored, because in all honesty, that is not the natural nature of a man. Most men like to chase. And you're doing a chasing to this guy. He's like, on to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next one. You know what I'm saying? When he finds a woman that's unattainable and could be like, I can take you or leave you, it doesn't matter. You're not that important in my life. That's the woman he's gonna go for.
Right. Exactly. Well, and it's really interesting because that is kind of how a narcissist operates also, is I've always been fascinated how they definitely are more about how much the person puts them on the pedestal rather than how much of, as you said, partnership that they have.
Right.
There is no partnership. It's you put me here, and as long as I get to sing and dance and be the center of attention, then we're good. And when I come off my pedestal, which is never, I will say hello to you.
Even with this breakup, he's positioning himself as the hero, though.
Well, he saved her.
Yeah, I guess.
That's what I was saying. I think he subconsciously sees himself. It's a giant, though, and so he's missing some pieces. There's no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
And then what was the other thing that I saw? Oh, how it took a toll on him mentally. That is a victim statement.
Which one? Okay, hold on a second.
That's where she was doing all of the stuff for him.
Which paragraph?
Seeing her take steps.
Oh, okay. I see. Seeing her take.
Did I jump ahead? I did, I think.
Yeah. Seeing her taking steps back in her own life and career in order to support me while I was unwilling and unable to do the same for her is just something that over time took a toll on me. Oh my God, took a toll on me mentally. Oh my God, I cannot believe, she was devoting her entire life to me and I just couldn't do it anymore. It was exhausting. Oh God, I had to save her from herself.
So funny.
Remember, this guy is... Come on now, dude. Like, oh my God.
Tree's having fun. I literally am having fun watching Tree.
I'm just like, oh my God, this is, I guess this is one of those things. Like, we all, like I said, I give her a pass, but because she's young, but I don't think she's going to learn. I think she's going to be one of these women that are going to be in her 30s that's still going to be like, doing everything for a man, you know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, I think she's going to get baby trapped in the another spoiler alert. She had an abortion by the same dude 2 months into the relationship. So like, yeah, it's amazing. They
the man that we're talking about?
Yeah, they have hold on a second. Let me see.
Oh.
Hold on. Let me get the video here because I was shocked when I was I was shocked to see this. So let me see if we can find it here. Okay. So here we have right here. Laura talks more about the abortion and how she went to the emergency room. She completely in tears because of Tarzan privately leaked information. So okay, let me put this in context. Now, I don't know if this is Tarzan or not. I'm not so sure. This is a friend of his, but this is he leaked that she had an abortion, and then they addressed it on the stream. So here is that.
Got it.
1 month into the relationship, Laura was pregnant with Dante's child, and when she's at her most vulnerable, scared, anxious, he let her fly back to Germany to get an abortion while he stayed home in Stream League, basically, is a TLDR. And that is the nuke, basically, just to show his character as a human being, right?
Okay, so that was that. And then this is them talking about it. This is her. It's only 1 minute long, so this is her talking about it with him sitting next to her. So I didn't get a chance to look at this, but I'm going to see the energy between them and see if I'm,
Just so you know, I couldn't see that.
Oh, you couldn't?
Or hear it, so I don't know if you're...
Oh, shoot, hold on a second. Did I not share it? Okay, hold on a second. Let me see.
I thought maybe it was having a hard time loading. I didn't know it was running. Sorry.
No. That was okay. I know what went wrong. Wait. I'm sorry. I know exactly what went wrong. This is why I'm glad we're pre-recording this, so I can cut that out and do it again. Okay, hold on a second. I see what I got to do. All right. Here we go. So let me share it again. All right. Here we go.
I don't see it.
No.
Oh, there. Okay. It came up.
Now, let me know if you can't hear it, then stop and say you can't hear it, okay? All right, here we go.
Right. 1 month into the relationship, Laura was pregnant with Dante's child, and when she's at her most vulnerable, scared, anxious, he let her fly back to Germany to get an abortion while he stayed home in Stream League, basically, is a TLDR. And that is the nuke, basically, just to show his character as a human being, right?
Okay. So, so let me repeat that. Did you heard that? Okay, right?
Yeah, and this is where our spectrum of like conservative versus more open. I'm appalled that they didn't mention that the abortion is a bad choice, or having unprotected sex is a bad choice.
No. I'm on that team.
Okay.
Raw dog. I hate it.
Yeah.
I'm like these people. I'm like you guys don't care about STDs. Okay, forget about the pregnancy and stuff like that. I'm like, what about STDs?
And he's worried about the flight to Germany. And I think this is important because I think a lot of younger people skip over that. So all their role models are skipping over that. And then here we are like naming all of the things that in 1 month you're having unprotected sex with somebody. Like you said, we're talking, there's a lot of stuff that can go on there.
Right.
I mean, they have proven that if you have sex with a man, then that can go past your blood-brain barrier, and you can have aspects of that man in your future child with your husband. That's creepy. But anyway, that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
And so, by the time he's not taking her to Germany, it's not a surprise for me.
Right. But he is a self-centered, selfish person, okay? And he doesn't, like I said, she's an accessory. He doesn't really care. You know what I'm saying? That's your trauma, not mine, even though, he's the one who had raw sex with her, okay? It took him to get her pregnant. She couldn't get pregnant on her own. Okay. And then I'm sure he was the one that was like, no, you can't keep the baby. What about my career? What about me? Said this is not going to look good on us. This is going to affect our relationship. You're going to have to get an abortion. And I'm tired of red pill men saying that women are solely to be blamed for abortion. Do you know how many men want women to get an abortion? You know what I'm saying? So it's like this to put the blame on women. And don't get me wrong, women have to take accountability. You ladies need to stop allowing men to enter into you raw. I preach about this on my channel all the time. I hate this whole raw dog culture, you know what I'm saying? And it's just sickening.
It is. It is so sick. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. It blows my mind actually, how these girls are. And all I can think about is really and truly, when you're this young, that should be, well, let's also talk about if you're having sex with a guy within 1 month, you really are
Thank you.
not, you have no idea who he is. He could be a poser for another 3 months. Like there's so many, like they just add up and add up. But that is why she was chosen.
Right.
And what the women don't realize is that oxytocin is real, man.
Yeah.
And your raw sex is creating a bond between you and that man. Like you and a newborn child, you're going to fight like a mother bear to keep that boy that is so unworthy.
Yes. And I tell women all the time, keep your legs closed. Keep your legs closed. I said a lot of these men will tell you everything you want to hear. They will be everything they want to be. But like you said, with the narcissist, it can only keep his mask on so long. That goes with any man who has a malicious intent or who wish to just, get you sexually. He'll lie and say, you'll say, no, I only want to share my body with you unless, we're in a serious relationship that's going to lead to marriage. And he'll be like, oh, me too. You know what I'm saying? Or if it's a Christian, he'll like, oh, me too. I would never want to sin before the Lord. And then 3 weeks later, come on, baby, come on. We all got weakness. You know what I'm saying? We can pray about it and ask God to forgive us the next day. You know what I'm saying? I think I've always said women, they'll say, well, when does the mask come off? And I said, I've never seen a man hold off after 3 months. I've never. They can't put up with the pretenses anymore. And when they learn this is why I tell women, stop giving the men the script.
I agree with you 100%.
When they sit up here and ask, what are you looking for in a man? You know what I'm saying? And you give them the script to play. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Stop giving him the script to play because he will play it. And the next thing you know,
I signed up for Sunday school. I'm gonna do an altar. Right.
He's gonna tell you everything he's gonna do, and it's gonna be a lie. And the next thing you know, you're pregnant, and because you had unprotected sex.
Exactly. I'm with you.
Okay.
And it's funny too because a lot of times, you look at guys and it's the same thing, like, oh, she did everything for me, but get rid of her.
Right.
It's the same thing. I remember back in the day when Cindy Crawford was like a famous supermodel and her husband cheated on her and people were like, oh my God, if he could cheat on her, like any of us could get cheated on. But people have to remember, like, this girl needs to realize that it's not about her. It's all been about him.
Yeah.
Only piece of it that is about her is that she went for him.
Right.
She allowed him. She continued to allow him, and she's still crying over him.
Right.
That's the part that's on
Yes. Her. Yes. Speaking of crying, so let's go ahead and watch that video where they share about having the abortion. Can you see it, Carmen? Yeah. Okay, great. All right, here we go.
2 hours after getting it, I completely broke down and I had to go to the emergency because I was just emotionally completely out of it. And Dantes ended his stream earlier so we could call and I could express to him how bad I was feeling. And then my grandma came over and I told my grandma I think I did a mistake. And she told me I'm so sorry for pressuring you. If I would have known, I wouldn't have pressured you into getting it. So it's so unfair to me. For such a disgusting human being, a 20-year-old man-child, to go online and lie about my history with abortion, this should have never been public. This is something he was told in private.
Did I hear that right? Hold on. Did I hear that right? Did she said he pressured her to get an abortion?
I had a hard time understanding the beginning, but all I can tell you is there is no way in heck that this. All right, I'm just going to start from the top. Girls, never, ever, ever tell someone when you've done something that you're ashamed of.
There you go.
Period.
Yes.
Never. And you know what?
Yes.
Keeping that kind of a secret is actually a healthy exercise, to be able to respect yourself enough to not have to get validated from somebody else and to actually be who you are. And my guess is if you are strong enough to do that, you might be strong enough not to make all the other choices that you made, you know?
Yes.
And in telling, I think she said she told her grandmother.
Yeah, she told, because she's all of this is going on while she's in Germany, by the way.
But make sure it's somebody that is really, like, I used to be a volt in high school. Like, I wouldn't tell anyone anything. My son's like that. My daughter's like that.
I'm like that.
I believe you.
I'll take it to my grave, baby.
But there's very few people that have that capacity. And especially people that are looking for content.
Right.
Those are the last people you should be confessing your sins to. You know, you can always go to church for that.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my goodness. What did you notice about the chemistry between him and her? When I looked at him and her, you know what I'm saying, I still saw a disconnect. Even though he had his hand on her knee, to me, it was still like, you know, there's no compassion on his part. I could be wrong, or any sympathy. It's like, well, I'm glad, you know, you got it, so I'll go ahead and deal with the tears now. But, you know, to me, it was really not sympathetic. I'm sure right after that stream, he could go right back to playing League instead of consoling her or making her feel good for the rest of the day or whatever.
Well, I also think, like, this is a really good thing because we're here about the girls, right?
Right.
And I mean, the guys, like, I don't want a guy to get mixed up with a woman like this. There's some crazy borderlines out there.
Right.
But if I look at that, all I can say is she talked about being a victim on top of being a victim on top of being a victim on top of being a victim. And so if you ever catch yourself using drama or a situation to get that solace or that feeling that you get when somebody has sympathy or feels pity for you,
right,
you absolutely have work to do in your soul level.
Yep. I agree. 100%.
No, he seemed he's okay. The way that I read it was him enjoying that it was proof of love, a proof of attention, proof of, does that make sense?
Yeah. Although I totally can see other people looking at it that way, but they don't think like us. Cause I'm like, I don't, you know, he's like, see, I was there for her. I love her.
I mean the opposite. He is getting joy out of her crying because it proves that she adores him.
Yeah, but I think he always knew that. I think, were you thinking he just needed confirmation?
I think there's an endless, it's like they're like drug addicts. And so there's no end to it.
Yeah.
There's no end to it.
Yeah. Because I'm like, her entire existence in his life was confirmation that she loved him or that she loved herself. She would do anything for him and nothing for herself. Everything was all about him and not her. She was the shadow. She was the chaser, you know.
Does he say anything at the end of it?
No.
Okay.
No.
So there's no consoling her.
No, he didn't really console. All he did was put his hand on her knee, you know what I'm saying? And that was it. You know what I'm saying? He's more angry because I saw the rest of that clip. He's more angry about the friend and kept focusing and ranting about the friend letting out the fact that she got an abortion, then consoling her and being there for her. Because she had to go through all that from the abortion to the emergency room, all while, while she was in Germany, he was nowhere around.
Horrible.
So.
And that's for sure nothing that she should have been by herself.
No.
That is a heavy and well, you saw the terror in her face just from being known, and that's just surface what she's comfortable telling people.
Right, exactly. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the rest of the tweet. Okay, so all right, I just came to the realization that the very foundation of what relationships are wasn't something that I was able/willing to do. And as a result, made the decision to end things. Oh, how wonderful are you? You know what I'm saying? So, how awesome. So because I came to the realization of the foundation of what a relationship or wasn't something I was willing to do, I just ended because I didn't want to have her suffer anymore.
Well, and to me, that's somebody that's ready to move on already.
Right.
Also, I do have to give him credit because there are a lot of men in his situation that they cause fights, and then the fight ends up being the reason they have an excuse to leave. So at least he's man enough to say this.
Or they'll do things to sabotage the relationship in hopes of the woman getting rid of them.
Yes.
But I think, is it possible that he realizes she is so loyal, so devoted, he can basically have a menage in front of her and she would never leave. So he would have to cut her off.
All right. This is a message just for Laura. There will come a day where you will look back and you will be embarrassed that you were sad that he's not in your life. And I promise it's the truth. Hard to believe right now, but that will happen.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Like, when that will happen remains to be seen, but it will eventually happen.
It'll be up to her. It'll be like the next guy comes along and is like, give me your heart. And then she like hands it over and like, go do this for me. And then she does it. Where's my heart? It's over there in the other room. Like, I just put it up with some other things. Like, I forgot I had your heart. I have your heart.
Let me see if I can find it. I'll look tomorrow. I don't feel like looking at it today. You know what I'm saying?
I left it in the back of my truck.
Look. I found it. Here it goes.
Oh, let me take that condom off of it.
Look, almost brand new. Here you go. Thank you. Thank you for it. All right. We almost finished. Here we go. This is so funny. Okay. Well, not for her, but for us it is. All right. Okay. Let's see. I won't pretend that I know if I made the right choice or not. The only thing that I can say is that I'm eternally grateful for the time and love that we shared. At the end of the day, I'd rather live regretting, At the end of the day, I'd rather live regretting a choice that I did make than go through life always second guessing myself. Oh God.
But think about that because he hasn't aged yet and he hasn't matured. And if he doesn't, then that'll be a good choice. But if he does age, he'll realize that he'll be second guessing anyway.
I think he's lying. I don't think he was second guessing. I think he knew that this woman, like all his women, had a time expiration date.
We won't call him Dante. We'll call him Kronos.
Oh, good. That's right. Kronos, honey. All right. The thing about it is, I that's what I believe. They all have an expiration date, and that's how women will be in his life. Now, I still believe until he comes face to face, and maybe his first love will be that of a man. he won't know what true love is. None of the women he has had, including this one, he has loved. Okay, and I don't mean to be mean, but it's like, why should he when they don't love themselves? And I keep telling women, you gotta love yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna attract what you are. If you have self-hatred or you don't love yourself, you're going to attract somebody to remind you that. You're going to attract somebody that we're going to reflect that back to you.
Well, and same with insecurity. We could go on and on.
Yes.
You know, it literally is there to show you where your water level is on maturity.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Jeez.
And their hearts are not drowning.
No, not at all. Not
There's
at
no
all.
maturity. There's no maturity involved.
See, one thing I bet you this woman is probably thinking, like, I bet you he's thinking about me at night, and he ain't giving her a second thought. The cope that I hear
You
a lot
and I
of
are
these
thinking
women.
about her more than
Exactly. We are thinking more about her than he ever will in his entire life.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
So it's like, you know, ladies, you got to stop thinking that men think like women. They don't. Now, I don't care how even effeminate this guy is. He doesn't think like a woman. You gonna think like if I give him my entire, if I write a 2 or 3 page essay, or if I spill out my guts on a video clip or a video vlog, he'll finally No, they don't think that way. It's not like that for them. You know what I'm saying? And I doubt if you write an entire Twitter thread that he will read all of it, okay? So they don't care, you know what I'm saying, when they're at this level.
Can I have my heart back? Oh, I sent it in the mail, babe.
Look, he gonna send it with post. You gonna have to pay for the postage when it get there.
Like a collect call back in the day.
Yeah.
So you're gonna pay for me to break up with you.
All right, so we got the last bit, and then we'll be doing our final summary here, because here's the last part. Okay. Going forward, I only ask that you show her nothing but support, since she was always the one who gave her all with understanding me and trying to work through everything. Thank you. Now, if you notice in this entire email, it's all about, well, she did this for me and she's a great person and I'm this and that. You know, I broke up with her to be better than just to be on her best behalf, on her behalf. You know, it's like an actor in a stage where he's like, are you not entertained? Am I not gorgeous for you? Am I not the best boyfriend and now ex-boyfriend ever? I saved her from herself. I was doing something that most men don't do. I broke up with her and telling her because it was hurting her. It was bad for her. You know, she was the one who was doing everything for me, but I knew that this was going to hurt her in the end. So therefore I had to break it off because I knew she would not let me go. Oh.
Okay, so a really good exercise that I like to do, because it really does help. I like to do the devil's advocate thing.
Okay.
So let's assume that he's amazing and he's just made a lot of mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
So what would the scenario be if you were giving him every single benefit of the doubt?
What would the scenario be for who?
Yeah, so like reread that. Only what if he's really a good guy? He's misguided and follows his friends with like back pictures. He said that it was both of them that broke up. He didn't just say I broke up. Like,
okay.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Oh God, it's so hard for me to play devil's. I swear, it's hard because you want me to give him some I guess,
Bandwidth.
and I can't. It's like the benefit of the doubt for him. Like, okay, hold on. Wow, it's hard. Like once I know you a POS, it's kind of like hard. I guess if I want to be charitable, I guess the only thing I can say is like he's working through himself and finding himself. This is painful, Carmen. Why are you doing this?
It's something you would do to me.
I like to give men pain,
You
not
challenge me
women.
all the time,
Okay. Yeah, I would have to say that he's young, he's learning as he's growing, and then he's going to eventually learn the errors of his ways. I don't believe none I just said, but anyway.
Well, the young thing we can go with.
Yeah, he is young.
Young and ignorant. And I also think if I'm doing it, you go, okay, they grow up in culture that is just absolutely despicable online. And that's where they are. And as you know, you become what you're around.
Right.
And so it could, if I had to play absolute devil's advocate, it could be that he went, oh my gosh, like I literally am just messing this girl's life up and it's all public. Like this is insane. And it makes me look bad. So, I'm going to put myself out of my misery and my mental anguish so that I could just go work and not have to deal with these other things.
Yeah.
And that to me would be like, top of the spectrum, like best case scenario. And hopefully girls learn from that too.
Yeah. No. I think girls will learn a lot from this video, and hopefully there are other.
Can I bring up one more question?
Absolutely.
Can I ask you more?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
one more question. Would you date a guy that was a famous streamer?
No.
In the first place. Okay, so there we go, right there.
No. The one thing I love about my husband, he's a nobody. He's a nobody. Okay. No one knows him like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I would never, ever, I couldn't do it. Because I love my privacy. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to have any part of my relationship or anything I'm going through personally to be not only talked about online, but if I say don't say nothing and it slips. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I get enough attention in real life that I don't have to be the center of attention online. I know I am sometimes. I put, not that I'm doing this intentionally. It's because of my energy. It's because of my personality. You know what I'm saying? I get that, but it's like I don't take a bunch of pictures. I don't, if you notice, I rarely. Actually, I don't think I ever uploaded a picture of myself except for me and my domination when I'm like this. You know what I'm saying? When I have my domination cap on and stuff like that's the only time and that picture was uploaded early last year. Yeah. Not that I'm against any women uploading. I'm just showing you that I don't do anything to bring attention. Honey, I'm sexy as hell, honey. I can thirst trap anybody. Okay?
And you know exactly where your heart is.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, nah.
There's no dust on that heart.
Hello? What about you? Could you date someone that's famous?
No, I wouldn't immediately. No one famous. I actually had started to date a Major League Baseball player way back in the day, and that was the reason I didn't go forward with that.
Okay.
Even though I thought he was wonderful and an extraordinary person, I just was like, I don't know how long he's going to be playing, and yeah,
because that comes with its own drama. You know what I'm saying? Not only the popularity, but the groupies, the people who want to know about your business, the paparazzi.
Well, they're around a bunch of guys that all cheat and
yes,
and so they're in that the same way the young kids are in all of this nasty content, hater stuff. There's a lot of jealousy going on.
A lot. When people see, and that's why I'm glad. Like I said, I keep my relationship off the internet. People will see something that's working for someone and they'll go, "Oh, I got to sabotage this. Let me put the relationship to the test. Let me do something, to bring a little heat in their way." Okay.
I call those witches.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm glad that I have lived my life Because if I've gotten married in my 20s, I would have been divorced. You know what I'm saying? Easily. You know what I'm saying? So I've learned I'm comfortable just like you are, who I am, where we are in life. And so we know what we want. And we know what we don't want.
Bingo.
So what conclusion? So let's conclude with your thoughts on the relationship and the advice to avoid, advice to give to women to avoid getting into a situation like this.
So key is you lose leverage as soon as you have sex.
Yep.
And they know that you lose leverage as soon as you have sex.
Yep.
So their goal is to have the leverage as soon as possible.
Yep.
And so really and truly hold fast to that. And then also, it's never too late. You're in your 20s. You can absolutely do a 180. You can begin learning about how things work. The reason a man can run game on you, and it is game.
It is.
There are rules, and everything is literally out there. So if you want to learn about it, you can. And that starts with getting yourself in a place where you have power and authority to make decisions in your life based on things you know, rather than just the fleeting and drifting of, oh, here's an interesting guy that's rich, or whatever.
Right.
That would be my advice.
Excellent.
Never too late to become better.
That's true. Yes. My advice is, and I'm coming from a very selfish point of view. Like, it's like, what is in it for me? I'm not going to put, and I let a man know, just like he let her know. I'm going to let a man know, hey, I'm not going to revolve my world around you. I'm not going to stop everything I'm doing around you. I'm not going to stop building my dreams to build yours. We can build dreams together if we have something in common, which we do. We can build something together, but I'm not going to just focus my entire life around you. And I am the queen of unbothered. Okay. I am a man can test me. My male friends, even my husband, will see if I'm going to like come towards, like, say for instance, I'll say, hey, we're going to have dinner at 7:00. All right. And at 7:10, I'm eating. I'm not calling, telling my son, where you at? Where you at? I got the food ready. Honey. I'm sitting at my desk. I'm eating, and he'll go, well, you eat already? I'm like, yeah, I said 7:00. I waited 10 minutes. You wasn't here, so I'm eating. Okay. He was like, well, you didn't call me to check on me. I'm like, you here now, aren't you? Pull up a plate. Okay.
No, that's awesome, and actually, it brings up another point. That when a man says, oh, I'm not the boyfriend type, or I'm the kind that wants to work, or I'm not a tandem bike rider like you. I want to ride next to you, but I don't want to be on the same bike. Listen to them. They're telling you. But also remember this. You told the rules, but then you held to them. He told the rules. She didn't hold to him.
True.
And he didn't push her back and say, hey, stop doing all this.
Right.
Because I am about my real love, which is me.
Right.
Yeah.
And he didn't do it. I think he didn't do that until he was tired of her. I'm like, I'm ready to throw you away. So now I'm just going to go ahead and just, cut this off, for your betterment, blah, blah, blah. So I that's what I do believe. And I think if she never chased him and made him the center of her world, he would have been like offended by that and then got rid of her, or he would have reversed the roles and started chasing her and making her the center of his world, you know what I'm saying? Including her being more considerate of her. The men are going to do one or the other. They're going to fly away, or they're going to stand by and chase, you know what I'm saying? But when you are the one who's unbothered, when you're the one says, no, I am the moon. I'm attracting you to me, baby. It's not the other way around. You will see a big difference. And like I said, men like to chase. I like to use this analogy. When I was a police officer, I kept talking about like there's a special red ball that whenever the police canine officer, when the police dog find the actual drugs, he's rewarded with the special ball that he only gets to play when he did good, and he only can play for a couple of minutes, and then the ball is taken away from him. But then he has this old chewed up T-bone squeaky toy that is chewed up so much it don't squeak anymore. That's laid around somewhere, lost. He don't care about it. Oh, and then once he sees it, when the dog's passing by, he's like, "Oh yeah, I forgot I had that little squeaky toy," and play with it because it's just out of convenience. Don't be the squeaky toy.
No, no.
Be the red ball.
Be the drugs. No, I'm kidding. That was a joke.
All right, Carmen, tell
Thank
everybody
you.
how they can find you.
Oh, just by my name, Carmen Smith-Studer.
I'm gonna have your links at the bottom of the
that's
video.
sweet.
Yeah.
And I'm on YouTube and I'm on Twitter, and I'm pretty much, I mean, I'm not selling anything. I'm just enjoying myself.
Yeah, she is. You're so quiet sometimes, but I do I'm so glad you're in my algorithm. Okay, because I really enjoyed that nostalgia tweet that you had. I was like, I remember that. You know what? It does make you. I think it uplifts your vibration because
sure does.
oh my God, I felt so wonderful after watching that.
I agree. And you know what's so funny is they've even done studies where they're trying to help older people be healthier. So they take them and they put them back into everything from the generation when they were young. They change back to the TVs, the newspapers, all the stuff, and all of them healed. Like something like 89% of them improved in some way. It was crazy.
Oh wow!
You got a dose of youth.
Yes. You know, I would love just to temporarily experience the time when there was only like 4 channels on TV.
I know. It was awesome. We are blessed to have been the bridge that we did experience both worlds.
Yeah, we did. We did.
That's why we're so amazing in motion.
Yeah, we are. Okay. Y'all can't touch us, okay? But anyway, Carmen, thank you so much for coming by. Guys, I'm going to have I'm going to have a Twitter and I'm going to have a YouTube channel listed at the bottom of the video. And hey, if we ever see another viral tweet like this come again, I hope you will come and analyze it with me again.
I love it. It's fun.
This was great.
I didn't even know who they were, but I love analyzing the correspondence.
Right. I didn't either, but I was nosy, so I decided to do a little digging, and I was not disappointed. So there's that. All right. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for coming by, and we will see you on the next one. Bye.